Hello, and welcome back to The Culture Shift with Rosalind Jovan, our podcast aimed at inspiring the leaders of tomorrow, brought to you by Black Enterprise. Here we like to review the success stories of today's tastemakers to encourage those who dare to dream big. Today, we're getting advice and insight for the motherhood community from the founder and CEO of luxury maternity wear brand Mina Roe. Also a star on Bravo's hit series, The Real Housewives of Dubai, this businesswoman and television star takes us inside the drama of season 2, her current dynamic with the cast, how her motherhood journey inspired her company's product line expansion, and how she doesn't allow anything to impact her marriage or her role as a mother to her 3 boys. So join me in welcoming Mina Roe owner and Real Housewives of Dubai star, Lesa Milan. Thank you, ladies, for just bringing back the true essence of Housewives. It's fun, it's lavish, it's business, it's fashion, it's fun shade, light shade, not too much, not too crazy. So
yeah,
I really love the show, and I think you were definitely a huge component of season 2. So how do you feel
thank you.
about the response to season 2 from viewers and fans and everyone who's been watching the show?
You know what? Season two has been received a lot better than season one. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but in season one, we kind of got some backlash here in Dubai in the Middle East because it's never been done before.
Right.
So it was a lot. But this time, after seeing season one, I think people are more receptive and it's really been so nice, so good. I think the ladies and I were a lot closer. And so the dynamic and everything was more organic. So season two was much better than season one.
Definitely, definitely. Now, when it comes to just your dynamic with the ladies, now that season 2 has wrapped, were you able to strengthen any of your relationships? Or it's in limbo?
Yes, I think I understand and know Caroline Brooks a lot better. It was really unfortunate. My best friend of so many years and I went our separate ways, which is never fun. It's never easy, and especially rewatching it now too is even more difficult. But I think some friendships got stronger and some got weaker.
Yes, yes. So the season ended with there being drama around your Mina Roe brand and how you chose to design your events, which was a beautiful event.
Thank you.
Why do you think the women were so bothered by the aesthetic of your wellness event for the launch of the skincare edition of Mina Roe?
So we're dealing with a bunch of critics with no credentials. And I say that with no respect. No, but really, I mean, have you been to any event from Chanel, Louis Vuitton, any event? It's a marketing ploy, right? My show is my event's on a TV show. Of course, I'm gonna brand it, and I think it was coming from a place of jealousy, which is never okay because I think it's 2024. We're kind of beyond that. Women should be supporting women, and so it was really really difficult. I mean, I started my business in my living room, and I grew it to be where it is today. I've worked so hard on it. And for people to try to tear it down, it's hurtful.
Right. So you touched on it briefly while you were responding, but tell us about your Mina Roe company and what inspired you to create. It started as luxury maternity wear. So tell us about that story a bit.
Yes. So I was pregnant with my first son. I was going into, motherhood, and I couldn't find anything that made me feel good. I think I just heard you had a baby. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So
Yes.
the trials, like, there's so much hormones and stuff going on. The last thing you're thinking about is looking good. You just want to be comfortable. And so when I started Mina Roe, the whole idea was to find things that were maternity, that was comfortable, but compete with the very best in fashion of non-maternity wear. So I think we were able to achieve that. And as difficult as it was, because at the time we didn't have a Rihanna that was walking around with her bump out. And so people thought, it's a bit risque, it's a bit, different, but that's what we needed at the time, right? So for us, it was, something that meant so much to us. So as I grew as a mom in my journey in motherhood, the brand grew with me. And so the next step was skincare, because another issue that I had was stretch marks.
Mm.
So, I worked with some of the best teams in Europe, and we came up with a really great formulation with some of the old school traditional things that they use in Jamaica, like jojoba, coconut oil. Our products are made with natural and organic ingredients. So I think, we kind of wanted to cover all different aspects, but wanted everything to be of great quality and, just affordable.
Yes. So you're speaking my language right now. I am a new mom. It was my first pregnancy, but I've always had such weird skin, sensitive skin. And so at first, like I would say the first 6 months or so, no stretch marks, cute little baby bump. And then
Yeah.
just towards the end, it just was like, bam. And so now,
Yeah. You start itching, it starts getting itchy. All, yeah. Yeah.
so I'm 2 months postpartum. She just turned 2 months old on
Oh,
Tuesday. Thank you.
congratulations.
And yeah, I'm getting back to myself. I'm not
Mhm.
there. And a big component is definitely, my skin on
Yeah.
my stomach. So when it comes to what you just added to your, with the launch of your skincare line, how could it help someone like me? I'm a new mom. I'm trying to get
Yeah.
back, feeling like myself. I got these stretch
Yeah.
marks. What can I do?
So the beautiful thing about the product, so I always say this to moms, and I wish I met you before. I always say prevention is better than cure. And whether you're using my product or not, it's just so important to keep your skin hydrated during and post pregnancy. Post pregnancy care is probably even more important than during pregnancy because your body is already stretched out, right? So when it's retracting, it's losing all that elasticity. So it still needs to be moisturized. And especially for women of color, our stomach go really dark,
Right.
right? So just using the right creams and oils and just keeping your skin hydrated is so important. So with our belly and body oil, our belly mask, we offer that. We give you that. We give your skin nourishment, and everything is clean and everything is listed. You don't have to second guess because even when you're breastfeeding, whatever goes in your pores goes to the baby. So you have to be super careful of the things that you use on your skin. And so we wanted that to be like at the forefront for every mom.
Yeah. So I know you just expanded with skincare, but are there plans to add any addition to the product line?
Well, so last year when it's postpartum wear, and
Right.
so we have leggings that is really good for that compression of the tummy. We have our love handler leggings. So the brand really grows as I grow, from
Mhm.
maternity to postpartum to skincare. At the moment, I mean, skincare is so different to fashion. So I'm learning so many different tricks and trades as I go. And I'm so deep dived into this aspect that I can't think so far ahead because I need to perfect this. I'm such a perfectionist. I need to perfect this. And we're really just working and being diligent.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to check everything out because it sounds
You do. You know what? I'm going to send you a box. I'm going to send you a box of goodies as soon as we hang up.
like,
And I want honest feedback on
okay.
everything from our postpartum leggings to the
Yeah.
skincare, all of it. I got you.
Yeah. Yes, because it's really just it's such a sensitive time. Like it's really
It
like your
is.
cycle, the emotions, the hormones, everything. And so
Yeah,
people don't understand like just how conscious you are as a mom, like a new mom. So
definitely, especially postpartum. I mean, a lot of people don't talk about this, but postpartum depression is real,
yeah.
and it's something that needs to be talked about more because sometimes our partners don't even know what we're going through because we're on an emotional roller coaster when, it's the hormones, it's everything, the late night, the sleepless nights, it's all of it. It's breastfeeding if you're breastfeeding. It's a lot. And we just really want to take all the guessing and everything out of it. You shouldn't have to worry about what you're going to wear because your pre-baby jeans don't fit.
Right.
You shouldn't have to worry about what dress to put on for date night because you finally found a babysitter. We try to take all that guessing out of it. I didn't have postpartum depression, but I did have baby blues. And a lot of it came from like this snapback culture. Like social media kept telling me that I just had a baby, so my body needs to be back to where it was. And that was just not real. It took 9 months for that belly to grow and for me to grow this human and this perfect little baby. It's going to take 9 months or more. And so
Right.
I think a lot of women, we don't give ourselves grace because we're in this rush for perfection because that's what we see online. But honestly, my advice to you, take your time, enjoy it. The baby weight's gonna go. Walk when you can, do what you can because a happy mommy is the most important thing because you cannot pour from an empty cup. Trust me.
Thank you.
No, really, really.
That
I've
makes-
been there times three.
yeah.
Times three. It's not easy.
And your boys are so adorable. We love hearing
Thank
their
you.
different accents.
Yeah. Although now they all kind of have a British accent. They're in like British schools and we don't my mom doesn't visit enough.
Okay. Yeah,
So
it
their
was
accent is like
so
becoming
interesting
all
to
very
see because
British.
one had British, one had like an American accent,
An American and the
and
other one had a
Jamaican.
Jamaican. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But you really serve it on the fashion tip. I mean,
Thank you.
everyone is talking about your reunion look. Honey, you
Thank
gave.
you.
You gave what needed to be given. And you always serve the
Yeah.
looks. It doesn't matter
Thank
what
you.
type of event you guys are having on the show, a dinner. What was the one? It was like it wasn't golf, but it was like esque. And then you came, I felt like dressed to the theme of what the event was. And when you walked in, everyone's like, "Oh, you look nice," and you're like, "Well, I dressed to what the event theme is." And
Yeah.
like, yeah, actually, she did. So, where does your fashion inspiration come from?
You know what? Ever since I was a teenager, I remember when I won Miss Jamaica in 2012. I can't remember how old I was. I'm not gonna give you my age. But when I won, I remember the organization not having like the biggest budget, but I went to school for journalism and I had a minor in fashion designing. So for me, I've always just had a very creative eye. I love fashion is always how I express myself. Plus, I'm Jamaican. I don't know if you've ever been to a Jamaican party. They dress to the nines. It's just a part of our culture from the
Yes,
men to the women. If
yes,
skinny jeans are in, the men are going to be in it too. Like it's just a part of who we are. I love dressing up and I have such an amazing team. One of my very, very good friends, Chanel Welch, we've been friends since high school. We've been creating things since high school. She's my stylist and she always nails it. We're like the dynamic duo. We always, pitch things to each other, get our mood board and plan all the looks for the season. So
yes,
that's so fun to me. It's like I don't have a daughter. So for me too, it's like fashion is like my escape from all the testosterone.
yeah. So now you're a mom, you're a busy mom. We do see that you're very, very, very busy. And thank you for sharing that aspect of your life in the show because a lot of women can relate to it.
Okay.
But how are you able to remain so fashionable while being a working mom?
So people always ask me the question about balance. And I always say I don't balance because balancing is basically saying that I give more than one things or two things equal energy and I don't. I'm very, very strict when it comes to my time and my schedule. Like if it's bedtime for my kids, like I switch off from work. I don't care if it's the biggest opportunity. Like I have to be really, really diligent with that because anything that goes out of place, something will lack. So I'm struggling with this at the moment, but I try not to be on my phone when I'm with my kids. I try not to be working when I'm with my kids because I suffer from the worst mom guilt whenever I'm away from them. So to kind of help with that, when I'm at work, I'm very focused on that. And when I'm with my kids, I'm very focused on that. And I think that kind of allows me time to play with my fashion and other little things. Also, my kids play sports. So when they're sitting there playing sports, I'm online shopping late at
Yeah.
night when I should
Okay.
be asleep. I'm scrolling at 2 a.m., adding to cart, so
Yes.
I'm guilty of all of those things, but I find time and just like anything else, you find time for things that are important to you.
Most definitely. I'm learning. I'm learning. This is new to me, but I am finding myself during like her 2 a.m. feeding. I'll
Yes.
look at like fashion inspiration looks on Pinterest and like
Yes.
adding things to my cart. And then it's just there. So then later when it pops back in my mind, I'm like, okay, let me check out
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
because
I've,
you're
I've, same. And I still do it. My youngest is 5 and I'm still up at 2 a.m., doing all my online shopping because I didn't get to do it during the
right.
day,
Oh my gosh, I'm
so
learning. This life is insane. It's the hardest job ever, but
it is.
it is rewarding. It's
It
rewarding.
is. The nights are long, but the days go by so quick. You're gonna be this too shall pass. You're gonna be like, oh my God. You'll never miss the sleepless nights, but you'll miss like, like the little things that they did when they were babies. I still miss kicks. I still miss feeling my baby's kick. I feel
Oh
like that
my,
was my favorite thing about being pregnant was just feeling their kicks.
everyone's telling me to remain present. Like, don't, I got advice from one dad who I had said something like, oh, I can't wait. He was like, no, don't, can't
No,
wait. Stay
don't do the can't
present.
wait
Yes, like, because he said it goes so fast. And right
so
now,
fast.
she is just so adorable. She's literally
Yeah.
just like the little like coods and like doing just
Yeah.
loving her little body like and she's very happy. Everyone says she's a really happy
Yeah.
baby, but she's the most happiest with me and her dad. Like she just sees us and her face lights up.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
the
like
best.
yeah, so I'm just like okay, I have to take this in because it's like I said, she's already 2 months. She's just growing so fast. So it's like, all right, I'm just not
Yeah, before you
gonna
know it, she's 4 months. You're gonna be introducing her to solids, and she's gonna be crawling. Then you're gonna have to childproof your whole house, and next thing you know, she's in school.
oh my
So yeah,
goodness.
I just enjoy it. Time goes by so fast.
We do get to see a different side of you when you're on mommy mode or wife mode
Yeah,
than when you're with the ladies. When you're with the ladies, there is this exterior. We could tell you're putting this exterior up like you're ready. Like what? On a
yeah. You know
mode.
what it is? It's not that. I feel like because I've been attacked so many times, it's so hard for me to trust them, and I feel like that's something that I need to work on for the future because I don't hold a grudge, but I do sometimes hold on to things. It's like once bitten, twice shy. I think, maybe in my next therapy session, I'll ask my therapist, like, how do I work on moving on? Because in my heart, I've moved on, but sometimes it's like PTSD, like I don't want to go there because you've burnt me before and I know who you are.
Right.
But I am working on that. I am because when I'm with my friends and the people that I love and trust, I am so loose and free. I'm the one winding up myself and the life of the party. But I think sometimes it's like I got my eye on you and
Yeah,
you, and I do need to look at me. This is like therapy. I do need to let go a little bit, but at the same time, trust is something that's earned. You don't just give it out, especially after being bitten.
most definitely. Yeah, and it's kind of hard. Like we see that it's like at times you might be trying, and then, for example, the what we just saw in the latest episode where you were going, having a little war of words with Talene, um,
Mm-hmm.
and then Sarah's comment in her confessional. It's like, now hold up, now any woman, especially a black woman, is going to take a little offense to that, and then it's like you didn't say it to my face. So now I might look at you a certain way because you said that about me behind my back. And we were
Yes.
working on our relationship, so I get it. But would you say
Yeah.
that because of that, what do you think might be one of the biggest misconceptions viewers might have of you because of your dynamic with the other ladies?
So I think I hate the word aggressive when it comes to women of color, Black women. It's a trigger word. And I feel for me personally, I'm not an aggressive person. Speaking with passion does not mean it's aggression. I'm never physical. I'm never someone that, I might pop my neck a few times and roll my eyes a few times and call you a bitch a few times. But, for me, not that it's right, but it's in the moment. I don't start things, but if you provoke me, and especially when it comes to my business, I feel like they know what to do to trigger me. Talk about my kids, talk about my family, talk about my business, and I'm gonna pop off. Talk about me, I don't care. It's just like, and they know this. So I kind of feel like, especially now after seeing all the receipts from Caroline Brooks, like they plotted on me and my business. So my reaction was actually valid. I felt like I was being attacked and I reacted. Now, my mom always says, Lisa, every action doesn't need a reaction, but tell me that in the moment. I'm human. So sometimes you're going to get
Yeah.
me like that. And then sometimes you're going to get me chill, but I match energies too.
Yeah. Yes. And we see that. Yeah. Cause I was surprised at your response when Ayan got upset with you. You kind of were chill. You were just like not chill, but you were more
Yeah.
emotional, like you were emotionally hurt. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
you saw you cry a bit, walk away, but you did not go back and forth with her because it was just a different emotion that you had, a different reaction you had.
Yeah, and the thing is too, I've known Ion for so many years. I've loved Ion for so many years. Um, the voice note thing, I was very upset about, super upset about because I never gave her permission to share that. I was being messy. And, I sent it to her like we do with our girlfriends. Like, did she say what I thought she said? And not once did she ever tell me that she played it. And so, even watching it back, she apologized to me, but even watching it back with her saying that she told me, it was like, girl, right before we got to the table, you tried to sneak it in, but the producers split us up. So don't go in there making it seem like I knew this from all this time and I was just pretending, especially after you apologized. So I was emotional and crying only because the way she spoke to me
Yeah.
after, that whole thing. And I've never been spoken to like that, not by somebody that I love. Like
Right.
somebody who I don't care about. Of course, we've had screaming battles, but that's us when we're kids. Like we're adults. We don't speak to people like that. So
Yeah.
it was really hurtful. And we have a different dynamic. With Taline, she always inserts herself in situations that have nothing to do with her. And she's loud. I don't think the camera picks it up as how loud she is. She's very loud. And so for me, Nuck, Buck.
Oh my goodness. So, I mean, with your relationship with Ayan, it's really unfortunate because from a viewer standpoint, it does seem as though reality television came between what was a good friendship.
Yeah.
Now we also see that a lot in Housewives as it relates to married couples. But you
Mm-hmm.
and your husband, you seem really rock solid.
Yeah.
What I also like about your husband, he steps in, he'll do a little scene with you and just a light talk, but he doesn't seem like he's trying to be on the show.
No, he's not. He's not thirsty at all.
Right.
Like
And we see that.
it's kind of like this is my thing and he supports me and he'll show up if I need him. But my husband, even in general, like cameras or no cameras, he doesn't get involved in women's drama and mess. Half the time I call him like, oh my God, let me tell you what happened, blah, 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 blah. He gets home and didn't hear half the things I said. And I'm like, I spent 30 minutes telling you what happened, he just checks out. He does
Yes.
not want any parts of that,
Yes.
So I love that about him. I don't think I would change that. I don't want my husband arguing with my girlfriends. He doesn't do that in real life, so I don't want him to do that on camera. It's just messy, and I
Mhm.
think men should stay out the mess.
Agreed. Now, how do you two maintain your bond and not allow the cast or viewers to come between you?
So Rich is my best friend. When I tell you we talk about everything and we do everything together, we're both very hands-on parents. Like our kids mean everything to us. And we've always been like that. We split everything. Like, he works, he had to get up. I was just a housewife at the time, and he would have to get up early in the morning to go to work. So I did the night shift, but he did the early morning shift. So he was the one feeding the baby at 5 a.m., so that I can sleep a little bit longer while he got his coffee and read his newspaper and got ready for work. We've always been such an amazing team. We talk about everything. Communication to me is the most important thing. There's nothing that's too hard for us to talk about. Anything that bothering me, we talk about it. We don't go to bed mad. And we're on the same page. We have the same goal. We're pulling in the same direction. So I think because of that, it really works. And I just love him. I just love him so much.
Girl, I get it. I get it. It's nothing like having a good man by your side. And
Yeah.
especially when you are a driven woman, a businesswoman,
Yeah.
how important is your husband's support when it comes to your success in business?
It's very, very important. I mean, look, you saw on the show, I was doing a little bit too much. I was overextending myself and I needed help. And for me, it's not that I couldn't talk to him immediately before talking to Ayan about it. It was just, I know what he's going to say before he says it. Me, oh my God, I'm doing too much. Lisa, you chose that, you know, I know him like a book, but he actually surprised me. And even to this day, he he splits the foot. My kids play soccer, so he splits that whole soccer schedule with me, and he's very, very helpful. There are times, obviously, where he's traveling for work, so I have to do more. But now that I'm busy,
Okay.
sometimes has to step in and do a little bit more too. Fashion Week is coming up. He's gonna have to step in and do a little bit more because I am not missing Fashion Week.
I love it. I love it. It's so beautiful. And yes, I get it. Like with having a newborn right now, me and my husband, we thought we was a team before, but we are a team. And it really
You
takes
have to be, right. It's like, okay, you take this one, you take that one. You
yes,
have to be like that
yes.
because these kids will outdo you.
Most definitely. So it's been such a pleasure talking to you. You're
You
such a genuine
too.
soul and energy, and I'm really looking forward to everything that you have coming with the Mina Roe brand. As a mom,
Thank you.
I get it. I get it now. So
Yay.
thank you. Just my last question: What's next? What's
Yes.
next for Lesa Milan and Mina Roe?
You know what? We're having a lot of changes happening with Mina Roe. I don't want to say it yet, but I'll just tell you that I've never told anybody that. But we have some like big, big changes coming up with Mina Roe, which I think is going to allow me to become more of a momager for my kids. I'm going to have more free time, and I'm excited about that new chapter.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
excited for you. I'm excited for you. And
thank
I'm
you.
excited that we'll get to see it. We'll get to see it next
Yes,
season. I have been telling everyone since season one that Dubai and Miami have taken over and it is the new housewives. This is what you need to be
thank you.
watching.
Miami. Okay, all right. Take Dubai out of it. Miami is my favorite, not because I'm from Miami,
Yeah.
but my girls in Miami, they bring it every season.
Every
They're
season.
so good. You're getting fashion and real drama, real
Yes.
friendships. You're getting the luxury. They just check all the boxes. I love Miami. I love Miami. I love Miami. It's my favorite.
I know, and you are from Miami, so maybe we might get to
Yes.
see some crossings in the
Who
near
knows?
future. I
Who
know
knows?
I know your mom would hope so.
She really would. She really would.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy
Thank you.
day. Well, night over
Thank
there.
you. Girl, thank you for taking time out of
Yeah.
your day.
It's
You're the
morning
busy
over
one.
here. Yes. But I was like, you know what? I'm really excited to speak with her because I knew I would be able to get some good advice from you as a new mom. And, like I said, this is my favorite show. So getting some insight
Thank you.
doesn't hurt.